Hello, hello, happy December. I want to talk today about the four-letter F word. And no, it's not the one that I use so often. Today, I want to talk about fear, and I want to talk about it in the context of something I've recently realized that I haven't talked about really. I haven't talked about it publicly. I've talked about it with friends and family. And the reason I haven't is probably actually comes back to fear now that I'm thinking about it. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I thought I was going to just have surgery. And what ended up happening was when they removed my lymph nodes, they found that the cancer was in the lymph nodes. And so essentially what that meant was, and I recall I was sitting right in that glider chair over there that I nursed my babies in when I got this call saying that I was going to need further treatment, which I then found out meant chemotherapy and radiation and immunotherapy. And at the time, I really felt like that was the option. That's what was laid out to me. And I don't say any of this in the sense of regretting the decisions I made to have those treatments, because I've had them, they're in the past, and I'm here, right? And I believe that everything I've experienced has gotten me to where I am. But what I want to share is that looking back, I think I made those decisions a lot out of fear. And I didn't, there's the saying, like, we only hear what we want to hear. I don't think I was allowing any other information to penetrate my brain or my body than this fear of, like, well, this is what I have to do. Like, cancer's in my body and this is what we do. And it was only recently when, I thought about it before, but it was really made clear to me recently when I was talking with a friend who'd been diagnosed with breast cancer. And again, you can't compare, like, my cancer was different than her cancer. Hers was not invasive. Well, it doesn't matter. They were different, okay? And our options laid out were different. But it amazed me because she really was coming at it from the space of, like, I don't make decisions in my life based on fear, so why am I going to make this one out of fear? And the fear being, like, for her, if I don't do this treatment, the cancer might come back. But that was fear, right? It wasn't statistical, actually, for her. Like, the statistics that it would come back with the treatment or without were not that much different. So it just got me thinking of, like, how many times in my life, especially throughout my cancer experience, did I make decisions out of fear? Like, doctors saying to me, you have to have this treatment, or this is the best option. And yes, there's the line of, like, trusting the physicians and trusting the system. But ever since, like, my deeper spiritual growth and spiritual awakenings, I feel like so much of our medical system here is this puts you in a hamster wheel, right? Like, and it's not individualized care either. And I've been reading a lot more about that. And I think my hope is that we're moving into more of a space of that in cancer, at least in breast cancer. But it was like, okay, here's your diagnosis. And so these are the things that you need to do. And I had so much fear. Who doesn't? Like, when you are told that you have invasive cancer, like, it's in your body. And at the time, like I had young kids, or it doesn't even matter how old they were. Like, I just remember thinking, I'm going to do whatever I have to do to make sure that I'm alive. And that's pretty fear-based, right? When we think about it. And so it's just got me thinking a lot about that, and how now I ask a lot more questions. And because of the energetic practices that I do, I'm not rooted in fear. I'm rooted in clarity and confidence. And I know there are other options when things come my way. And when you are connected on that energetic level and on a soul level, you're not thinking from the fear sense brain of like that animalistic brain that we have. You think from your soul. And I know that, yes, my soul in that moment, and I can't go back, of course, but like right now, I could say that, yes, my soul knows like I would do anything I need to do to live. And I would probably ask if there were other things that I could try first, or I would seek out other options. Because in my opinion now, like what I went through and the impact that it's had on my body and my brain thus far, and potentially continuing, like there's got to be other options. And I just didn't even know what I didn't know. And so I made decisions from fear. And my hope in sharing this is that whether it's cancer, or it's changing a job, or it's moving to a new city, or it's leaving a relationship, like my hope in sharing this is that you as a woman find ways to connect to your soul, connect to your power, your divine power, and make decisions from that space, not out of fear of what are people going to think, fear of what if I die, fear of what if I leave the job and I regret it, fear of I can't live without this person, right? Like those are fear-based thoughts. And rather having a practice like I have now that connects me to that power, and making choices out of what is truly best for me, and what is truly best for my soul and my body and my energy, and turning that back to you. Like what is best for you holistically, not what is best for you out of all of the crazy what ifs that could happen if you make that choice. And so again, I know like not everybody watching this has had a cancer diagnosis, and that's fine. The point is we all face decisions every day. And that's why I host things like Return to You that I'm hosting on Friday, where it's an opportunity for you to experience what energy activation is, and to feel that, like even just saying it, I'm at a space now, a place in my life where I can just say those words and I get goosebumps. That's how connected to my energy and the energy around me that I am. And when we're connected, that's when we can tune in. That's when we can make more clear, connected decisions that are the best decisions for us, not the best decisions made out of fear. And so if you are somebody who is feeling like that lack of clarity, you're feeling lost, you're feeling like you want something more, you know there's something more for you out there, for you, for your soul, for your purpose in this world, and you're not feeling fulfilled, And you're not taking the actions because you keep bumping up against all of the what ifs and all of the fears, then this is for you. Like, you're seeing this on purpose, and this masterclass and experience on Friday is going to be so incredible. And I promise you, by the time you leave that Zoom, you are going to have had a holy shit moment that you would have physically felt what it feels like to be in your own energy, to connect with your energy and universal energy. And you are going to feel uplifted, and you are going to feel confident. And dare I say, like, you might decide to be unapologetically, boldly you. I'm not going to promise that's going to happen in one session, but all the other stuff I do promise. And if it doesn't happen on Friday, I do promise that just by saying yes to coming to this, and make sure it's an aligned yes, just by saying yes, you're taking a step in the right direction of owning your choices, owning your vision, and owning what is best for you in taking steps to live your most authentic, fulfilled, best fucking life. So click the link here. And again, whether it's cancer, whatever it is, like, I want to show you these tools because I want more women to know that we have this innate power within us. And 95% of the time, we're not tapping into it. We listen to all this noise all the time, and we live in all these crazy, like, negative what if scenarios. Let's change that. Like, let's flip the what ifs to the best case scenarios. And I want to show you how to do that. That's what I'm going to show you on Friday so that you can make authentic decisions, aligned decisions that support you and support your growth here while you're here on earth, because we get one life. And I know it sounds trite and cliche, but it's the truth. And when you have things happen in your life that put you really close to that, you realize how important things like this can be. So I hope you'll join me on Friday for Return to You, and truly take some time to pause, to turn inward, to learn these tools, to connect with yourself, because you're worth it. You are worth it. Your happiness is worth it, and you deserve it. All right, I'm sending you so much love today and every day. Have a good one.